Welcome to Be Smart Maxx, where books turn into power and knowledge becomes success. Subscribe and grow with us.
You sit down to code, but you're thinking about your workout. You switch to the guitar to clear your head, but then you feel guilty that you aren't working on your business. We are told constantly by experts and career advisors to pick a single lane, put our heads down, and focus. This pressure to hyper-focus isn't a new phenomenon. In the 1960s, a Hungarian educational psychologist named Laszlo Polgar took this exact philosophy to its absolute limit. Polgar theorized that geniuses weren't born with innate talent. He believed that dedicating 10,000 hours of obsessive, singular practice in one specific field could engineer any healthy child into a world-class prodigy. His theory perfectly defined the I-shaped learner. This is a person with an incredibly deep level of specialization in one single area, but almost no professional breadth outside of it. Polgar tested this on his own 3 daughters. He kept them out of traditional schools, removed outside distractions, and had them play chess for tens of thousands of hours. Ultimately, they all became grandmasters and world champions. For most of the 20th century, this model worked because the economy rewarded predictability. On an assembly line, you didn't need to understand the whole car. You just needed to be faster than anyone else at installing one specific part, day after day. The Polgar sisters succeeded because chess is a closed system with fixed rules. But today, the rules of the game change every 6 months. If a skill can be mastered through 10,000 hours of predictable repetition, it's no longer a career. It's a training set for an AI model. Hyper-specialization has gone from being a safety net to a single point of failure. This leaves us with a dilemma. Betting your entire livelihood on one skill is now dangerous, but having a dozen scattered hobbies won't pay the bills. To survive, you need to evolve the geometry of your mind. Consider Alexander Fleming. He was a dedicated specialist studying bacteria in a London hospital, but he also maintained a wide range of curiosities outside of his primary research. In 1928, he returned from a few days off to find one of his petri dishes ruined by a strange mold. A rigid, narrow-focused researcher would have tossed the contaminated sample into the trash to clean up the lab. Because Fleming had a broader intellectual appetite, he stopped and asked a different question. Why was the mold stopping the bacteria from growing? That cross-disciplinary curiosity led directly to the discovery of penicillin. This behavior defines the T-shaped learner. It is someone who has that deep vertical pillar of specialization, but crosses it with a broad horizontal base of general knowledge, allowing them to connect dots that pure specialists miss. T-shaped thinkers drove major scientific breakthroughs for decades. But the digital economy moves so fast now that relying on just one vertical pillar of expertise leaves you exposed. Major tech corporations like Infosys are now openly telling their workforce that they need to evolve past the T-shape and adopt an entirely new framework to stay relevant. They are calling for M-shaped professionals. This is an individual who maintains that wide foundation of general knowledge, but possesses multiple distinct, deep pillars of expertise. Educational entrepreneur Alec Pandey built his reach by layering physics instruction with 3 other distinct disciplines. He stacked his teaching expertise with a mastery of the YouTube algorithm, elite storytelling capabilities, and high-level business acumen. By combining these unrelated pillars, he created a billion-dollar empire that is almost impossible to replicate. Even a better physics teacher can't compete with him because they lack the other 3 pillars that hold up his business. If you feel like your attention is split between half a dozen different passions right now, you actually have an advantage. You have the raw materials to build your own M-shape. You just need to refine them. To filter that chaos, we use a streamlined Ikigai framework. First, write down everything you genuinely enjoy doing. Then, ruthlessly eliminate what you aren't good at. Finally, apply economic filters. Sort the remaining interests by market demand and their potential to generate revenue. The 2 or 3 skills that survive the Scotlet are the foundation of your career. They stop being random hobbies and become the vertical pillars of your specific competitive advantage. To manage these pillars day to day, set up a simple digital workspace, like a Notion dashboard, and create 4 distinct folders to document what you learn. Your first folder is for money skills, the direct actions that currently generate your income. The second is for curiosity skills, areas like fitness or philosophy that keep your mind engaged. The third is for leverage skills, These are force multipliers, like learning AI tools or public speaking. And the fourth is for domain skills, where you store deep knowledge about your target industry. Your daily time should be divided proportionally across these 4 categories. If you have 10 working hours, dedicate the bulk of it to your primary money skill, but strictly reserve an hour or 2 for the others, so no pillar collapses. By architecting your mind into an M shape, you move from being a replaceable specialist to a unique problem solver. You become a multi-pillared strategist whose value relies not on a single fragile skill, but on a unique combination of expertise no competitor can mimic.